Hello, Karolina. Could you please tell us about yourself and your current role at Crespect?
So I'm one of the free management leaders in the team. I'm one of the co-founders. I'm pretty much facing clients. So I do, as engineers say, they're full stack engineers. So I'm full stack founder. I do the sales, the client care, client success type of meetings. I onboard new customers, show the demos, and introduce them to Crespect. So I'm the client-facing person at Crespect.
All right, being the client-facing, then from your perspective, what are the main operational and client-related challenges law firms are facing today?
So majority of the firms that I speak with and like our clients are across Europe, and our target law firms are as well. Like we're trying to conquer Europe first. So what I notice and what I hear from the management, from business service teams that serve the firms, very often the toolkit, the IT systems that the law firm works on are quite outdated. It's like legacy tools where they're used to using it and they're not up to date with the technology solutions that can help them nowadays. You'd be surprised. Very often law firms are still using on-premise solutions, storing documents in their servers instead of cloud solutions. So remote work, accessibility is also an issue. Sometimes, all the VPNs and connections and accessing files, so working together on files, this is quite slowing them down. And in general, a lot of tools are not really shaped for law firms. They have inherited some like accounting solutions, finance solutions, some project management, document management solutions, but they're not built by lawyers and they're not very optimal. So the workflows are clunky and slow. And then they have software that are, one is for that, another is for that, another is for that, and the systems are not speaking and communicating with one another. So the data that law firm, the operational data that they live with, it's very often very like siloed and not optimized that it could be. So this is what we're trying to change with Crespect. We're trying to bridge the gap and like map the entire operational data of the law firm. So it's both financial, both like case related, time recording. That's the currency of the law firm. We want to help them have everything in the same place, but also enrich it with the soft and operational data that very often is only in partners' heads or in lawyers' notepads and so on. So like business development meetings, learnings from the clients, the non-billable time that they invest into law firm development, that they invest into client meetings, knowledge management. Very often they spend a lot of time, but they're not even aware how much of time goes into this type of investments. So we bridge this soft and hard data in one place, and then they have a structured, systemized data pool that they can, easily access, and with the AI help, just navigate their work and stop wasting a lot of time on mundane, slow administrative tasks.
Right. What kind of common mistakes do law firms make when they adopt these new technologies? Or, for example, have you seen anything with Crespect?
Well, the biggest mistake is that they're not that swift and eager to change. So it's the human nature, living with the mistake and accumulating the costs of the mistake, because very often law firms, we have already invested a lot into customizing the slow and old stuff. So like for them, it's like a sunk costs already, and they don't want to change. So they stick with the old tool for too long. And nowadays there are like modern tools appearing and enhancing and growing every day. So the first mistake I'd say was not doing the change when it's overdue. Another thing is doing the change and imagining that it's going to be like a silver bullet, magic wand, that all of a sudden everything will be figured out and solved. Well, it's a change management process. So it's not only technology, but it's also the operations, the processes that law firm lives and breathes, daily. Very often there are bad habits, old habits. We have used to doing it in 7 steps, but why you can do it in 3? Why don't you change your processes? So it's a little bit of a cultural shift that installing a software will not address. So it has to go hand in hand. You need to be aware of how your firm operates, what type of operations workflows you have, and how software can optimize them. And then it's a little bit of you have a Swift tool, but you need to change your behaviors as well. So not investing enough time and not enough patience into adopting the change that the software brings.
All right. So how does Crespect specifically bridge those gaps? What are some specific tools that Crespect has to support then the day-to-day life of law firms?
Where do I even start? So it's a full picture. It's a full scale type of setup of features. And how we differ from the market and from the industry is that we come from the law firms. So like our founders, co-founders, we are coming from the law firms. I'm a lawyer by education, but for many years we have worked in the back end of law firms. So we know these already best practices, the most optimized workflows. So we're not, IT vendors who think in IT language and IT flows. And we still understand and we need to address how lawyers work. So our cultural background, our professional background supports us in delivering the software that is already shaped for law firms, for lawyers. And also we come with the best practices, with the trainings, with the onboarding, with programs educating and highlighting the change. And yeah, maybe last step is that lawyers understand that we're different, and then they give us the credit to identify their inefficiencies. And we sort of are proud. Yeah, we are proud to have a say at the partnership table. So the change that we bring is not managed by IT leaders. It's managed by the management board, managing partners who want to increase efficiency, who want to increase collaboration within the law firm, and in general grow the business. So they see the value that our system delivers, and they hear us when we say that, look, you're doing things maybe not in the most optimal way. Like, look, this team has a bad habit. You can change that and you can increase efficiency. So it's to answer the holistic type of software and the change that we bring. It's where we're coming from, our experience, our holistic approach with very friendly user experience and very intuitive flows, and the ability to support them during the change and address the management issues, not only the IT issues. So not as easy, but it's a process.
Okay. When talking about the legal tech overall, what key trends are right now shaping the future of legal practice management and the legal tech more broadly?
Mm-hmm. So when you look into the practice of law, right? So the lawyers that are earning money by consulting, advising, and representing clients in courts. It's like a two-sided coin. One is the practice of law, and another is the business of law. So the practice of law right now is facing a lot of changes in document automation, in creating documents, having smart AI-guided libraries. I don't know if how well you're aware about the recent business growths in the market, like Harvey, Legora, how Legora just recently reached 100 million revenues. They're the fastest growing company. And so every law firm is now curious, how can they create legal advice faster, better, all the templates, all the simple memos, agreements, SPVs, and all the drafts that they use and recycle. How can they be more efficient in producing legal advice faster and smoother? So the AI and tools, like I mentioned, Harvey, Legora, Saga, Litera, many other in the market, they are very attractive right now. But as I said, in the two-sided coin, they are the tools that address the creation of the legal advice. While Crespect, other like business development, ERP, practice management software, we are on the business of law side. So we're trying to optimize the operations that it takes to run a law firm. It's one thing to be one solo practitioner, draft the memos and so on, but then it comes all the compliance workflows, all the invoicing, revenue control, debt collection. The bigger the firm, the more the challenges of just operating the law firm is. So another trend is, apart from the like document creation, is the creating as much as possible the more efficient workflows of a law firm. So two fields, but very, very rapidly growing. Right now, what I see, it's a little bit more attractive to jump and straight into investing into these type of plug and play new AI tools, because it's attractive, it's trendy, everyone's doing that. While on the other side, we are more of a fundamental change. So cultural change, it takes a little longer to change and adjust, and you need to, it's not plug and play, you need to switch. So you need to migrate your historical data, you need to change the fundamental platform that you're using. It's a little bit harder to change for a law firm. Yeah, we deliver, I believe, even more value than a document creation tool, because we change and upgrade the entire firm. It's kind of like you change the vehicle from a small little, I don't know, Volkswagen, Fiat, from small cars, you just jump into an SUV, which can support you on a longer journey with worse road conditions, no matter the economy, the weather, and so on. So it's a little bit different segments, different fields, but there's a lot of changes right now that law firms are facing in both of them.
All right. Now, seeing these trends, what skills or technological awareness should the law students develop right now? What they need to succeed in these increasingly digitalized legal environments?
Yeah, this is very interesting what's happening. And when I speak with managing partners, with boards of law firms, they're honestly concerned, and they're worried how they should keep on appearing in the eyes of the students, whether employer branding is as important as it was earlier. It was very important to have the next generation, to grow your teammates, so that you would have critically thinking lawyers. Right now there are doubts whether they will need as many junior lawyers, because they're like the seniors, with support of AI tools, now there's a way less drafting, way less compiling, but more of like reviewing, critically approving and evaluating, is this true or false? Are there any hallucinations or not? So this critical skills and the overall understanding of not only law, but also business is even more important when it was. And there are concerns. Should we hire more juniors, or is it enough? What is faster to provide feedback to a junior who might repeat the same mistakes, or provide feedback to AI engine who will remember your prompts and will constantly apply them in the future? So some partners are saying, it's faster for me to upgrade my prompts, to have agentic support, and to quickly filter the changes, and there won't be errors that the juniors might do, simple human errors, that the eye might slip, or you might scroll through one of the pages and just simply do little mistakes. Like current tools, they don't do that anymore. So what we really need right now, and this is what I spoke with my colleagues, alumni from Vilnius University Faculty of Law that I graduated, is like a lot of academy, they're focusing a lot on ethics in general, like application of AI. Is it possible? What's legal? What's illegal? What's legal? What's true? You know, there are a lot of like philosophical type of discussions, but I'm like, why don't you just train prompt engineering, how to build an agentic assistant for yourself, how to review, do the redlining, do the track changes, and compare documents. Simple as that, you know. There are even like simple IT skills that lawyers sometimes lack. You know, all the Microsoft Office skills, comparing the documents, reviewing the changes, even like navigating the documents. You'd be surprised. I was just chatting with engineers this week who are using a lot of like keyboard shortcuts to navigate pages, to quickly change and jump from one place to another, while lawyers are, you know, they're using mouse and it takes them 7 clicks, while engineer already did it in one keyboard shortcut. So we were joking how some lawyers are impressed when you split a screen to 2 pages. Like, how did you do that? So simple IT skills, I think, is first thing what is missing. Another thing is prompt engineering and understanding what are AI tools, what are AI engines behind, what is like the learning curve of the AI agent, how can you use it for simple tasks, for more complicated tasks, and how can you build yourself little agents who can preview your inbox, who can flag important deadlines and reminders, just to provide you with this like executive assistance. And this, what is needed in the reality in the law firms and the business of law, I'm afraid that law schools, law faculties, they're not catching up with the pace that the AI and the changing technology is currently showing us.